Welcome to Good Mythical More. We have decided to submit ourselves to the ultimate test. Who is more LA?
Ooh, okay. But first, let's play the ABC game. Okay. Unhelpful things to say to someone who is crying.
All I hear is you're weeping.
Buckle up, buttercup.
Can you keep it down? I'm trying to do anything but listen to you.
Don't keep crying.
Every chance you get, you're finding a reason to cry. But that's not gonna get you through life. You're gonna have to figure out a way to be more positive.
Figure out a way to be more positive. That's F. I just took it.
Good God, that's quite a note.
Note?
Note, like crying, and there was like a note in it. Like a
Hmm.
vocal note.
Ah, okay. That's hard to understand.
Yeah. Let's see if you can top it with F.
Well, it would be H because
Well, you blew it.
we went from
Too
F
much time.
to G to H.
You took too much time.
Help me help you stop crying. Who's more LA?
Who's more LA? Now,
Who made these
neither
questions?
one of us are LA.
Who made these questions?
These are prompts.
We are.
I believe the writers have written.
Okay, so we have to own up to it. Yes or no?
These aren't like own up to it prompts.
Well, let's find out.
Yeah, like Ben sat next to a celebrity at a restaurant.
Ben sat next.
Ben sat next to a celebrity at a restaurant.
That happened right when we got here and we sat next to Michael Bolton.
Yep, that happened to both
The
of us.
Ivy. Many years ago.
I remember
yes.
him being across the restaurant. Was he right behind us?
Oh, he was close. I mean, we've been next to
Ben sat next to.
celebrities.
I've been sat next to Amy Poehler in an Italian restaurant.
Okay.
I've been sat next to. That's all I can remember.
And
What?
you did not interact with Amy Poehler.
I did not. I did not. Didn't know much about her.
I've been sat next to, was it Jason Isaacs, the dad from White Lotus, the Duke dad?
Oh, really?
I've been sat next to him, and my mom was there, and she was like, I know who he is.
That would have just been Harry
What
Potter.
what was he in?
And he was also in a network television show at some point.
That's how she knows him.
And
I have to
Solving crimes or something.
look it up.
Look up that.
Look up that.
You know?
But she doesn't know
Yeah.
it
He
from
doesn't.
Harry Potter.
He doesn't know him for Harry
The
Potter.
Patriot, Peter Pan, the OA.
None of those would have gotten her.
I don't know, but she was like turning around like that. She was rubbernecking. Anyway, yes.
So we did that one.
Oh, no, I have to see what your mom saw before we
you can.
move on.
Yeah, we can stop the episode while you look for that.
I'm not
We're
seeing
depending on
any
you.
mom-friendly.
Well, maybe
Ask
she just
us
knows who he is from people.
The next one. Maybe he's
Oh, yeah,
lying.
he was in sex education, which is not what your mom saw him
No,
in.
my mom watches a lot of stuff. She
Interesting.
got a lot of time.
If you've been in any horror movies, she loves those.
Star Trek. No, nothing related to Jesus.
We weren't
No,
looking for
okay,
Jesus.
we'll have to
God,
come
he's
back
Not
to
on
that
The
one.
Chosen?
I don't see it.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, but you have to take my word for it.
yeah.
I've been
Doesn't
sat,
sound like
I've
she
been,
believes you.
I've been sat next to celebrities.
Okay, so we're giving you both a point.
Both of them.
Paid over $7 for a coffee drink.
Cha-ching, check.
But not at the airport.
Not at the airport.
Probably
Of
$7.
course.
Because like an iced oat milk latte, add a little pump of lavender. I mean, that's gonna set you back
Of course.
more than not $7, isn't it?
Even the lavender latte before you get on the Swans at Echo Park is probably more than $7.
Yeah,
And that's a very LA
That might
thing
be
to say.
$14.
Yeah.
You've been indulging in a lavender latte?
I was doing lavender
I
before
heard-
Link got onto it. And then I started
I
not
heard
liking
you talk about it, but this is the first time I'm hearing Link talk
it. No,
about
Link's
it.
really on the lavender.
Really?
I'm actually off of the lavender.
I've traveled with you and gotten it, but now
I don't think
Starbucks
you have.
is on board with doing this, and I haven't ordered it from Starbucks. I think I'm over it. But it was my favorite drink.
I decided that I actually
When you couldn't
didn't
get
like
it everywhere, yeah, it was like, this is a special little treat.
I started tasting it and I was like, I think this would be better without the lavender.
I could get it at Alfred Coffee, but I couldn't get it at like a Starbucks. Now that they have it. I
You
don't
know
think
an
I want it.
Alfred coffee latte is more than $7.
Yes. And at the airport,
Okay, you each get a point for this.
yep. Are we going to
Have been to a Pilates class.
Had been to, I have not. I know you have.
I was in a Pilates class for a year probably. All men though.
What was it called?
It's called men's Pilates class. I met someone.
Grunting and farting is probably what
I
it
was
was called.
going to a physical therapist for my back, and then she was in a spot that next door to it was a Pilates place. And she was like, "Oh, you should go to the Pilates place. I'm friends with the woman who runs it."
And you did.
And then she was like, and she's starting a men's class because some men, I'm not one of those guys who's uncomfortable with going into a class with all women, but because they were starting a men's class, I was like, okay, well, and it was me and like 3 other guys.
And you fit on the machine thing?
Yeah, I got an extra long one. But
The reformer.
the reformer.
And was there audible farting?
No, that doesn't really happen as much. It happens more in hot yoga, which I also have done, yes.
An all men's hot yoga class?
No, that was mixed company.
Okay, Rhett gets a point.
Why is there more farting in that than Pilates? Because I thought you were trying to hold this weird core position in Pilates. It's like prime.
There's no like
fart
wind
maker.
release pose in Pilates. That's yoga.
Wind release?
The wind release pose, yes.
And they're referring to the fart wind?
Yes.
No.
Google it.
Wind release pose?
It will be a person on their back with their
Are
their
you?
knees in their
You're
hands.
really making me Google this?
Yes.
With their knees in their hands.
And have you seen me do this? Yes, you have. I did it in a video on the Rent Link channel called "We 3D Pretty to Fart."
Oh, yeah. And boy, that was a.
And the reason that mine was so big and loud was because I understand the wind release.
Okay.
I think it was doing little.
Fine. I found that. Still haven't found
Little poppers.
what your mom knows Jason Isaacs from, but.
Well,
Have canceled plans with somebody because it was on the west side. Oh, I'm guilty of this one.
I haven't canceled plans because of the West Side. I've said no to something because it's on the West Side.
So we can say no to this. I don't cancel plans last minute. I don't do that.
Yeah,
I'm not,
that's not my thing either.
because I'm usually looking forward to the plans.
Not me. I'm
Yeah.
never looking forward to the plans.
It is true,
gotta
Stevie. A
make
lot
it.
of times when I ask you what you're doing for the weekend, the tone of your voice is like, well, I gotta.
Yeah.
Do plans.
Well, because then I'm like, yeah, because then it becomes a thing that you have on your calendar versus if you have, you know what my week calendar looks like. So I need,
Pretty cool.
I'd like a blank weekend.
A tabula rosa.
Hey. Wow.
But I try not to cancel plans. But I don't make them if they're on the west side. Because that sounds
Yep.
terrible.
Yeah, we don't do the west side.
Bought fruit from a fruit cart. Yeah.
Bought fruit from a fruit cart. I'm sure it's happened. I cannot recall of a specific experience.
Gosh, you haven't done it.
I've seen a lot of these fruit carts. Never bought a fruit from it.
What? Why'd you raise your hand with a thumbs up and you
Yeah,
got
that
all
was-
excited
I
about
was
it?
very confused.
I was communicating to the crew about something else.
And what was it?
Something they desperately want us to know. That Father's Day is coming up.
We're fathers.
Father's Day is this Sunday. Today being Friday.
You got any plans?
I think you both should go to a fruit cart and get fruit. It's delicious.
A fruit cart on the west side?
No.
But they-
specifically an east side thing.
The fruits that are in their see-through cart, there's ice, and then there's like a fruit on it. All the fruits are completely peeled. Are they not?
No, they're like they're
Yeah.
stacked and like they're little like you can see what
But
fruit.
they peel them completely.
Yeah, and also you can tell them like you know it has you can get cucumber in there,
No,
and then yes,
I don't.
and then you put
want
they
cucumber, sort of
drizzle a bunch of lime and tahini and shake it all up. You can get jicama in there. You can get all sorts of stuff, and it's delicious.
Refreshing.
So refreshing. So refreshing.
I gotta
Delicious.
do that.
Small business.
Delicious small business.
Delicious small business. A little tahini and lime on some watermelon. Come on, fathers.
I'm thinking more pineapple. Mango, perhaps?
Mango, yes. Pineapple.
No?
I guess some they yeah. Pineapple.
I'll have to try it. I'll have to try it.
You should.
So
And
I
you
can't
have
point-
to try the whole
I can't point
thing.
to a specific experience, so I guess I'm gonna say no as well on this one. Just so you know.
Yeah, never. I mean, it's like, wow.
Okay.
I'm not really hankering for fruit ever.
Yeah.
This one I don't understand. Have been to a sitcom taping.
Haven't you been to one of these? Didn't you take your mom to something like this?
I sent my mom to
Away?
something. What did she?
She went to like a daytime show.
A talk show taping, like a daytime type thing. I don't remember. I've never been to a sitcom taping or a daytime. I mean, yeah, haven't done that. Now I've taken studio tours, but that wasn't the question.
Was not the question. I haven't done it either.
So we're saying no to
Zero.
that, both of us. So
0,
we're
0.
still tied because we do all this stuff together.
You didn't go to a Pilates class.
That's
Oh,
right.
that's
I got
right.
One on you.
Mm-hmm.
I know this is yes. Have been to the Magic Castle.
Yes, many times.
Many times.
I still haven't been.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, you
Yeah.
should
Well,
She
should I
don't want to
though?
make plans.
put on a suit and do it.
She don't want to make plans.
You gotta wear a suit.
It just
You gotta know
it's
somebody.
a commitment.
Yep.
It's a commitment.
Don't go with me. I'll tell you. I'll mess it up for you.
I won't.
Yep,
No.
well, you'll mess it up for the magician.
Yeah, him too.
If in the closed magic room, if Link is the guy that gets up there,
Don't call on me.
it will be ruined. Just like the one time I
Didn't do it on purpose, but it did happen, and I did apologize later.
You know how when the magician asks you to do something or ask a question, and there's like an answer that 99.9% of the population gives the same answer every single time, and that's how he does his trick. As soon as Link got up there, I was like, he's not going to answer in the way that you want, and he didn't, and it ruined the trick.
No, he said pick a colored marker. And then I picked a colored marker, and then he moved on, and then I was like, wait, I changed my mind. Because I did. I changed my mind. And he was like, okay, you can choose another one if you really want to. And I was like, yeah, I do. I want to choose the other one. And I chose the other one. And apparently, he had already done something that
Needed to be in the color that
needed
you
to be
had
in the
chosen.
color I'd previously chosen. That's on him. Not real magic.
Yeah. Everyone was upset. Not just the magician. Everyone in the closed magic room.
So I was upset too.
Yeah.
Know and can define the phrase marine layer.
Know and can define. Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
We know that.
Oh, yeah.
We can define it. This is a layer of moisture that looks like clouds that comes in from the ocean.
Well, it goes away. Hopefully, it'll be gone by like 11:30.
It's like ocean fog that dissipates.
You know, so it'll get sunny. Just wait until about 11:30. So that's the
Considered
guess.
joining Scientology.
Have not considered it.
We've considered going in the building.
I've considered getting a Dianetics test because I'm interested in like
An assessment.
being hooked up to that thing. I've seen the Sea Org people walking on Hollywood Boulevard. Mm-hmm. First, I thought they were pilots, and I was confused.
We have not considered it though.
I've not considered it.
Seen Jay Leno driving around in an old car.
Yes.
Was I with you for that?
I don't remember. I was too busy looking at Jay Leno. Oh,
Okay.
look, that's him.
Okay, I'm going to say no then.
Looking around.
I have heard multiple people that I know, like at least, I'm not exaggerating, let's say 7 times I've heard, I just saw Jay Leno driving a car.
Wearing all denim.
Being told to me. And I've never seen him.
You know who we saw driving around a car? A convertible?
Yep.
The bad sensei from Karate Kid. The evil one.
Before he was in the television.
Before he
reboot.
was in Cobra Kai.
Yeah. It was a much cooler spotting then. He still
And that
had
was like
it.
the first time we ever went to Malibu. It was like, oh, there you see famous people in Malibu. There's
Yep.
Karate Kid's evil
Sensei.
sensei.
Yep.
Checked social media to confirm an earthquake just happened.
Yes. This year I've done that.
I don't do that because someone around me does it. I just
Oh.
let other people do it.
Okay.
So I've never done that.
Bought a crystal unironically.
I
No.
have not done that.
No.
Hold on, but you probably bought a
I have-
crystal for somebody in
I have-
your life that thinks about them unironically. That
Someone
counts.
that I love used my money to buy a crystal unironically for themselves. So I guess that's yes.
I thought you had.
Not crystals, rocks.
Okay.
I mean, I would buy a crystal as a rock.
Yeah.
Does that make
Sincerely.
sense?
Yeah. Just because it looks cool.
I love the way they feel. I don't necessarily know if they're giving me energy.
Okay.
And I think a crystal is a subset of rock.
Yeah, we're saying that you are not getting a point because you buy rocks and not crystals, is
Yes.
what we're saying?
No, but
okay.
every crystal is a rock.
Yeah, but
But not every
I
rock
think
is
what
a
you
crystal.
meant is believing that crystals have powers. You bought them,
Sure.
Yeah.
and I did not. do
Okay,
that,
yeah.
But you didn't buy crystals. You bought non-crystal rocks.
most likely.
Yeah.
Worn a coat in 60-degree weather.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Last week I went to a concert at the Greek.
Big
and,
coat.
Like when I left my house, it was 65 degrees, and I went outside. I had a because I was like, sometimes you go to the
It'll
Greek
get
and it gets cold.
Yep.
I had on a long sleeve shirt and then a puffy jacket over it.
Good.
A puffy jacket. And
Maybe
when I
a
got
blanket.
to the Greek, I
Happy.
was just right.
Yeah.
I didn't think about. I wasn't hot, but I definitely wasn't cold.
Beautiful.
It was probably 58 by the time the concert was over. It'd be a little cold.
And the last one, I've gone to a bachelorette or bachelor party in Palm Springs.
I haven't
And
done
it
it.
says, or Temecula for
Well, we
locals.
went to a wedding reception in Palm Springs that we weren't invited to.
A wedding
but it-
reception in Palm Springs that we weren't invited to.
Yeah. Or was that it wasn't a bachelorette or bachelor party, but it was the night before. It was, so we kind of did. I say borderline, but that's a yes for both of us. So I think you're more LA than me.
Did I win?
What are the, let me see. Hold on, let me do this. Let me pull this up in the, oh yeah, it was just the Pilates that took you over at.
I'll take
Yep.
it.
Yep.
Yeah.
All those years ago when you did that Pilates with men class, you needed to come back to bite you. A new episode of Good Mythical Weekend is coming your way tomorrow morning. Be sure to tune in.
You was crying alone, eating cinnamon twists, and drinking a drink, and reading the book, The Da Vinci Code. Wow. Wow.